Hello friends, looking at current affairs for 23rd April, Sunday. The news items picked up from the Hindu newspaper are these 18. We'll look at them in detail. The first one, Taliban attack leaves 140 soldiers dead in Afghanistan. So this is the recent attack in North Afghanistan. The Taliban have claimed responsibility for it. So here an army base camp was attacked in which at least 140 soldiers have been killed. And these soldiers were shot while they were eating lunch or emerging from the Friday prayers, the namaz. So this is an attack which has come forth. Even India has spoken against it, asking for dismantling of safe havens of terrorism, indirectly pointing at Pakistan, which is supporting the Afghan Taliban. The next news item is Wi-Fi for free at all central universities. The center has said that Wi-Fi freely should be available to all students at all central universities by the end of July. So many universities have also already made initiatives to provide this, and many have set deadlines for themselves. So this is to make better use of the online resources for academic work so that students can use them. The next is in the quest of yet another Kohinoor. So this is regarding the Kollur mine in Andhra Pradesh. This was the mine from which the Kohinoor was mined. So this is along the Krishna river. So here presently it's actually Pulichintala irrigation project, a multi-purpose project which has been initiated. So this was started off in 2004 and it is presently dry. So the irrigation project is in place. So this, since the drying of the region has taken place presently, the underlying land has come forth and people are flocking this region to mine for prospecting for diamonds. So this is the news presently. So this was a very much a hub for mining and global trade in diamonds earlier. The Golconda region here, the Qutub Shahi rulers were also rulers here. So this actually later till 1830s, this active mining was given up. So gradually the process was given up. But now since the region has come to the fore again, we are seeing that people are gathering here for even for shooting, etc., plus also for mining. So this is the Kollur mine. So Kollur mine is in Andhra Pradesh. The Kolar mine, K-O-L-A-R. This Kolar mine is the gold mine in Karnataka. So this is different. So you can see these are some of the gold mines shown in this map. The next is probe begins into killing of 2 rhinos in West Bengal. So this was a recent case which had come forth. So these were 2 one-horned rhinos which were killed. Actually they were killed several weeks ago. And the bodies were hidden in the forest. So now their carcasses, dead bodies have been recovered by the forest officials. So this is the Gorumara National Park in West Bengal. So West Bengal has the second highest population of rhinos in India. The highest population is in Assam. So this Gorumara and another one Jaldapara National Park. So Jaldapara National Park has around 200 rhinos and Gorumara around 50 rhinos. So both are in West Bengal. So you should know about these national parks too, if the fact if it comes up where do they lie, and that they have one rhinos. The next is list of judges under government review. So this is regarding the recent news which we had discussed, that the High Court collegiums had recommended names to the Supreme Court collegium for appointment of High Court judges, and from those names also almost a little more than half were accepted by the Supreme Court collegium, and these were the final list of 51 names which have now been given by the Supreme Court to the government. So the government has to review these names and return them to the Supreme Court. So if the government accepts these names, the appointments will take place, and if the government rejects them, as the present memorandum of procedure, the draft MOP which has been given by the Supreme Court to the government for looking into it, the draft MOP says that the government can reject them on 2 grounds. Ground of national security and public interest. If any name of a judge it wants to reject on these grounds, it can reject, but the Supreme Court has mentioned that on rejection it will come to the Supreme Court again, and if the Supreme Court again recommends those names, then government will have to appoint them. So final say still lies with the Supreme Court in appointment of judges. So we'll see what will happen to these 51 names. Even the MOP is still in its draft form. The government giving its draft, the Supreme Court revising it, giving its own draft. So it's not been finalized. Both the sides, Supreme Court and the executive, have not come up and finalized that okay, this is the final draft MOP, final MOP which will be used for appointments of judges. So the collegium system in the meantime continues, and the government is actually delaying the process of appointment judges, or rather saying that first MOP be finalized and then appointment should take place accordingly. So this is the whole tussle which is going on judges appointment. So we'll see what further developments would take place right now too. Another recommendation which the government had provided in the MOP that has been accepted by the Supreme Court, that was setting up of secretariats. So these will be secretariats in Supreme Court and all high courts, which will help the judges, help the high courts in selection of judges. So this will be there. But another suggestion of the government which was there, that committee of retired or sitting judges should assist the collegium in finding suitable candidates for judges. That was not accepted. So this secretariat suggestion has been accepted in the MOP. The next is a step forward for Indo-Bangla ties. So this is regarding the India-Bangladesh Friendship Bridge. So this is a bridge which has been built over River Feni. So River Feni forms the boundary between Bangladesh and India. And in India, to be specific, it is Tripura state where this river flows as a boundary. So this bridge will be a 4-lane approach road, around 150-meter bridge. So this construction, the entire expenditure will be borne by the government of India. So this will provide connectivity from northeast to Bangladesh. Bangladesh has allowed India to use Chittagong seaport as port of call. So this will allow us to facilitate implementation of this to port of call facility, and ultimately it provides connectivity. So from here shipments, domestic international shipments can also be taken to Chittagong and further for trade abroad. So here you can see this is the state of Tripura in India, and this is the Chittagong port. So here the river Feni flows. So here this bridge will be constructed. The river is not shown in the map as such. Then next is IASC team unravels how vitamin C helps kill bacteria. So vitamin C is known as an antioxidant. It boosts immunity as such too. The ability to speed up recovery in case of TB is also known. So it impedes the TB causing bacteria. So the bacteria can also be killed if there is high concentration of vitamin C. So such a study has been done by these researchers from IASC, and they have seen that vitamin C high concentration can even kill this Mycobacterium smegmatis. So this is a non-pathogenic bacteria that belongs to the same genus as TB causing mycobacteria. So this is a study. So you should at least know that vitamin C high concentration helps in killing TB causing bacteria too. Then next is IIT Bombay, Bird's Eye View and Quantum Biology. So this is a study being done by a group from IIT Bombay. They say that we have put forth a theory to understand the way migratory birds navigate across the earth. So when migratory birds move, they travel across continents. So then how do they understand direction? So this they say that it's actually bird's eye view. So it's actually in the right eye that these biological sensors are located that can sense the earth's magnetic field. So it's quantum biology. So the way we understand electron spins. So we have done quantum computing too, in which we saw that how the spins which are there. So the bits which are there, they are only in terms of either 0 or 1. But when you talk of qubits, qubits are quantum bits. So these quantum bits can have multiple values at the same time because of the spins. So this is the theory that the compass means the thing which gives you the sense of direction, understanding of direction. So the compass for the birds is located in their right eye here, and this is generated through chemical reactions. So this interplay of electrons and the nucleus spins gives the sense of direction. So this is what quantum mechanics is all about. So this spins is the name given to this quantum mechanical property of these particles. So this interacts with magnetic field and gives the understanding of direction to birds. Next is live carcinogen traced to sunflower seeds. So this is a research being undertaken in Tanzania where sunflowers are common. So these sunflower seeds they have seen are frequently contaminated with aflatoxin. So this is a toxin produced by aspergillus molds. So they commonly infect even corn, peanuts, pistachio and almonds, and they are liver carcinogen. So liver, they can cause liver cancer. So this is there. It's a human carcinogen. So this is regarding aflatoxin. You should know what it is. Then next is more aerosols in atmosphere results in heavier rainfall. So earlier it was believed that more the aerosols in the atmosphere before monsoon, in pre-monsoon time, then it would result in decrease of the rainfall. But now these researchers from IIT Kanpur have found that higher aerosol loading actually results in more rainfall. So they have done this. So aerosols, what are aerosols? These are particles. So particles around which the water molecules will accumulate. So then they will grow bigger, and that will result in clouds formation too and rainfall. But when it is before monsoon, then the clouds formation as such does not take place as per desired, and then the rainfall may be low too. So it should be done at the aerosol should be there present at the right time. So this study is presently showing that pre-monsoon aerosols loading also results in better rainfall and not decrease in the seasonal rainfall of monsoon. So this is the whole study. They say that two forces act on the droplets which are formed on these aerosols. So these are gravity and updraft, means vertical velocity. So they say under high aerosol loading, so aerosol artificial loading is also done, as we call them cloud seeding. So this high aerosol loading, rather than falling down as droplets, the smaller droplets tend to rise upwards. So if there is high aerosol loading, then be smaller raindrops, and these smaller droplets will have upward movement. So this updraft will take place, and as the height increases, the cloud formation takes place there. The ice particles which are generated at the top of the cloud come in contact with the numerous water and ice particles below. So this is a big size which is formed. So this results in more mass in the cloud and eventually more rainfall. So this is rainfall which will take place, come down due to gravity eventually. So this is the study put forth. So you can see aerosols mean solid or liquid particles suspended in the air. So it depends on what is the size of the aerosol, that what would happen to them. So you can see this is the case. So smaller particulates as such are also easily inhaled as such too. You can see the effects on climate is also shown. So direct effects, that aerosols scatter and absorb visible and infrared radiation. So this is one function. Then it can cause warming or cooling too. It depends on the size distribution and index of refraction of the particles as well as the albedo. So how much amount of incoming solar radiation is taken. So all that will decide what the aerosol's effect would be. Indirectly also in cloud, they are used as cloud condensation nuclei or ice nuclei. So condensation takes place around them and clouds can grow bigger. So this is also another property of aerosols, effect of aerosols. The next is a pinprick to detect cancer. So this is next generation sequencing based liquid biopsies. So biopsies which are generally done, they are solid biopsies. So this liquid biopsy test has been prepared. So is in vogue. So it's now coming in vogue. So means the blood as such can be used to understand whether cancer is present or not. So this is a new area of medicine as such. So this is liquid biopsies, NSG based liquid biopsies. So you should know about this. So what they try to do is finding out the genetic information which is there. So the DNA which is found in the blood, it is studied. So if it contains mutations, then it can be known that whether there is any link to any cancer as such or not. So this is there. So India also has this in provision, but then around 70% of cancer patients in India also, they approach the doctors much later when the disease has advanced, and then the chances of curing become very low. So if such simple tests can be there for detecting cancer, then it will help in bringing down the mortality in this disease also down. The next is cirrhosis and the cold weather link. So this is alcoholic cirrhosis. So cirrhosis basically means that as the disease progresses, the healthy tissue, it is scarred. So this is called cirrhosis. So liver cirrhosis is scarring of the liver tissue. So this even in the hearts also, when heart attack takes place, then cirrhosis takes place. So this, in the case of liver, this is a cold weather link. So it says that a study is shown that in cases of cold weather, alcoholic cirrhosis rates are higher. Means when you consume alcohol, excessive drinking, it results in irreversible scarring of the liver. And this is more in the colder and less sunny regions. So this linkage has been put forth. The next is insights into bacterial function. So this is a study from USA. It has found evidence that extremely small changes in how atoms move in bacterial proteins play a big role in how microorganisms function and evolve. So this is actually so that in microorganisms, new functions evolve. So these new functions, it is believed they evolved because of the proteins, and it is the protein's shape, the structure, which helps in evolution. So now the study has shown that it is not the structure of the proteins, but how atoms move in the bacterial proteins that new functions evolve. So this is a study coming forth. Next is, what is normothermic preservation? So this is a term, normothermia. So normo is for normal, thermia is temperature. So this is a condition at which body is at normal temperature. So this, for healthy cell functioning, body should be at normal temperature. So this is normothermic machine perfusion technique. So this is a technique which is presently being conducted, a clinical trial is being conducted on this. So this is for cadaver. Cadaver is the donor organ. So for cadaver liver, this clinical trial is presently going on. So presently what happens to organs which are donated, they are put in cold storage. So this cold solution is a technique presently used. Now this is a machine which has been developed and a trial going on, which will keep the organ at normal temperature. So this is an advance which is taking place presently in organ donation. So normothermic machine perfusion technique has been developed. Then next is Niti Aayog to present new plan approach. So this is an important news. This is regarding the governing council of the Niti Aayog. So this is a meeting which has taken place now. So this was on Sunday. So the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the chairman of this governing council. NITI stands for National Institution for Transforming India. So this Niti Aayog is the body which replaced the Planning Commission. And the governing council of Niti Aayog comprises of the Prime Minister as the chair, all the Niti Aayog members, and all the chief ministers of all the states and even the union territories are represented by lieutenant governors. And even special people, experts can also come up in this meet. So this is the governing council. This meeting has presently taken place. So here the 3-year policy action plan is also being prepared by Niti Aayog. So what has happened is, since it has replaced the Planning Commission, the 5-year plans have also been scrapped now. So now what the Niti Aayog is working on is actually 15-year long-term vision, 7-year short-term, medium-term strategy, and 3-year policy action plan. So all these will be formulated by them. So this is there. The discussions presently which are bound to take place and have taken place at the governing council are on issues of increasing the farmers' income and also on urban development. So the target of doubling farmers' income by 2022 was spoken of by the Prime Minister in Feb 2016 too. So steps would be taken in this regard. So you can see the practice of 5-year plans, which went on for 6 decades, so 60 years now, ended. The 12th 5-year plan concluded in March 31, 2017. So now no more 5-year plans. Niti Aayog was itself set in December 2014, soon after the government came to power, the BJP government. So since December 2014, it has completed 2 years as an institution too. So a report card would also be presented on Niti Aayog, its functioning, that has also been spoken of. Plus, it will prepare this 15-year vision document, 7-year medium-term strategy, and 3-year action plan. So this is important, you should know about it. It says the 3-year action plan will also include a strategy on sprucing up law and order situation. So this is the first time that an economic policy document will also focus on judicial reforms and how to improve law and order police system. So there will be an entire chapter dedicated to this. So this is something which you should be looking forward to, 3-year action plan which will come forth. So this is regarding Niti Aayog and the body which it replaced, the details given here. So this is put on the pillar of cooperative federalism. So Planning Commission, it considered that was a top-down approach. So now with Niti Aayog, cooperative federalism will be promoted, means working together with the state, giving more powers and responsibilities to the states rather than taking everything up on the center. So this is the objective with which Niti Aayog has been established too. So this is the differentiation between Planning Commission and Niti Aayog too, given. We have discussed this also quite often. This was top-down approach for planning, and this, it says, will formulate a national development strategy in integrated economy, how it should take place. So this is cooperative federalism. So this is the key. So partnership with the state governments, not top-down approach. So this is there. So this you can see the planning commission. Another was there was a distinction between plan expenditure and non-plan expenditure. So that aspect is also not been highlighted now. So plan expenditure was actually finalized by the planning commission. So that was also one aspect, a function of the planning commission. So now here you can see the states will tailor their plans to suit their needs. So centrally sponsored schemes will be there, under which the states will decide how will they put it into effect. So greater flexibility to states to meet their specific needs. The next is CGI pitches for zero government role in arbitration process. So this is regarding international arbitration. So international commercial arbitration has been initiated in the country, in India, and Chief Justice of India, Justice Khatri, has spoken regarding that, saying that the government should stay away from this arbitration process so that the international business community can also have confidence in this arbitration in the country. So it says zero interference will give room for understanding that to the foreign traders will understand that in India the process of arbitration is neutral. So this is what is spoken of. Then next is government plea against military pay upgrades sparks unease. So this is regarding a recent judgment of Armed Forces Tribunal. So this judgment said that non-functional upgrade should be given to armed forces. So non-functional upgrade means what? That when you are promoted, you will get an upgrade and increase in pay. But even when you are not promoted, then too after some time you should draw the salary and the grade pay of the senior most officer of that batch. So after promotion, whatever they're getting, after some time all others should also fall in the same category. So this is called non-functional upgrade. So this has been granted to armed forces, and this judgment of the tribunal has been challenged by the central government in the Supreme Court. So a special leave petition has been filed by the center. So actually this has been recommended, a non-functional upgrade has been recommended by 7th Pay Commission too. The 6th Pay Commission, you can see here, the 6th Pay Commission had recommended this NFU to most of Group A officers, but not to military and paramilitary officers. But 7th Pay Commission has recommended this for them too. But government has still not notified it. And why the government has challenged this judgment in the Supreme Court is because of the jurisdiction, the legal matter. It says that Armed Forces Tribunal has no authority to take such decisions. So this is the domain of the government. Government would decide. So that is why they have challenged. They have said, the central government has said that we are not against the non-functional upgrade. So this is the news. The next is the last news item. Removal of incentives to hit wind energy projects. So this is the incentive which the government was giving for wind energy projects. So the small investors were benefited due to this. Now this incentive will reduce, will result in wind energy investments coming down. That is speculated. So you can see that the accelerated depreciation has now gone down from 80% to 40%. So this generation based incentive and the 10-year tax-free benefit for profits from investments have been withdrawn for wind energy. So this is the news. In India, we have 32 gigawatts of installed wind energy capacity presently, out of which 60% are small investors. So that is it. Thank you.